I got Fish. I got Queen Yetta, and I got Desiree
Hey.
in the building. And we just kicking it, cooling. We gonna use this podcast to touch on some topics, and just basically just be ourselves tonight. Take a little quick little breather from the music. You know what I'm saying, and just see what's going on out here in the world. So we're gonna touch on a few topics. I got my laptop pulled up so I can like get some content and see what I want to talk about here. So Fish, man, what you got planned this week, man? Tell everybody, man, about your up and coming projects and everything.
When like a few weeks ago when I mentioned the project, I said Skin Deep, but Skin Deep is something that I wanted to be more conscious. This tape right here that I'm about to drop is actually called The Big One.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? And it's more of like new wave material. I always been a lyricist. I always been the person. Like my influences was like Nas, early Jay-Z, Wu-Tang and stuff like that. But this, like with the new wave right now, the Southern wave, I wanted to show that I'm more diverse. So the big one that I got my little brothers, my little younger brothers rapping. I got all three of them on the tape. I just recorded 2 songs last night, and they hot, man. Like they really hot. This project is going to be really satisfying to the younger crowd, but it's also people who know how to manipulate sound. The older people who understand you can still put your lyrics in there. They gonna like it too.
Word, and your family has somewhat of a history in the hip hop industry. Your father, he used to he was an MC back in the day, right?
My father, he was with Entre Records. I think it was based in Philly, so he was label mates with Corrupt. He had music that made it into what is called Once in a Life. The movie with Lawrence Fishburne. Also, is a movie with called O.
Mm-hmm.
It was based on the play Othello.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
His song was actually in one
With
of the
Makai
scenes.
Pfeiffer.
Yeah, with Makai. It was like in the basketball scene.
Uh-huh.
Like one of his songs made it there.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So he got a chance to meet Dr. Dre and all of them. So my dad got that musical history.
Yeah, and a few weeks ago we had one of Dr. Dre's. He was like kind of like a mentor to Dr. Dre. Chuck Nice.
Oh yeah.
And he told me that Dr. Dre used to use a lot of his samples and a lot of his music ideas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
Chuck Nice he's a Philly native. Like, and him and my pop was close too. I guess that's where my dad got the connection to meet Dr. Dre. I'm not really sure. I don't really know that much that far into it. But Chuck Nice was from 3 Times Dope. He was with his the Ag Nicholas one. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. What you say?
EST.
Yeah, the Ag Nicholas one, EST. Like, and that's where they really like got to know each other as Chuck Nice and my pop.
Right.
But 3 Times Dope is one of the famous Philly-Hiphop groups, along with Tough Crew, and I even had a chance, like, for an old school hip hop show to open up for Rakim, Charlie Baltimore, all those people.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah, and I've been talking off and on to Chuck Nice for like maybe the last couple of weeks. He has a lab somewhere in Philly. I hadn't gotten the address from him yet, but I've been thinking about doing some projects with him. He's an old school producer, so I feel like he can kind of like mentor me, on some some stuff that I don't necessarily know. You know what I mean? Like, even though I have a newer style of music, but still, like, he has more of a history. He has a deeper history with producing than I do. So I would rather like have someone like that be kind of like, oversee what I do and help me out, and guide me in the right direction that I feel like I need to go. as far as graduating to another level as producing songs, it can't hurt to try to do better. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
that.
you could get information from everybody, man. Like everybody got some
Mhm.
type of information to give you.
Mhm.
And Chuck Nice definitely, he got the time, he got the background,
Mhm.
and I get information from my father because you know I know what it sounds. I give information to my dad, like as far as like you can still be lyrical, but like you gotta understand the music changes, so you take heed to the music you put behind you. You
Mhm.
understand what I'm saying? Like I would love to all day rap off of like Mob Deep type beats
Mhm.
or old school type beats, but at the end of the day, the music changed and is more updated. You so like you could find something that caters to your style,
Mhm.
but it has to sound a certain way. You understand what I'm saying? And my
Right.
dad give me like when I first started rapping, like my dad really gave me information on how to carry myself because when I first started rapping, I was still living
Mhm.
in Philly at a young age before I moved to the county. So I was rapping like Meek Mill used to rap. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like street rap. Like, and he said, you got to really, because at a young age you don't understand. Like I'm just rapping.
Mhm.
I'm talking all this gunplay shit and all that stuff like that. I
Mhm.
wasn't really conscious yet. So
Mhm.
like he gave me pointers on how to, really put my music together and from there I found a way to tell the truth and still be hot. You understand?
Mhm.
So
Mhm. Yeah. We all have to just take heed and learn from those around us who've done this before we even had a chance to even do it or even thought about it. Use that knowledge and transform it into something bigger. Is what
right, right.
I feel, and that's what I'm doing. Like I said, on my other segment that I'm using this platform not only to broadcast or present my talent. It's about everybody else around me too. All of the support that I get,
Right.
behind the scenes, and all of these people that has been pushing me harder than I ever been pushed before to the forefront and present you know a a decent organization with this. So with all that being said, ladies, what do y'all think about the whole situation? Are y'all just
And they thinking.
they're thinking about something? So I got them on here, so they can kind of critique me a little bit, as well as me critique them. So that's what it's all about. I'm just trying to get everybody together as one unit and move together and let's get this money, man. That's all we here for. We got to get paid.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to get paid, man. We ain't getting no younger.
Well,
So
what do you do? Do you rap and sing?
I'm a producer.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah,
beat's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
Beat's crazy.
yeah. I make some stupid beats at times.
Okay.
I have my moments where I just lose myself and
Mm-hmm.
I go down the rabbit hole, and then when I come out the rabbit hole, it's this chaos. When I come out, it's crazy. Like I put a lot of my emotion into my beats, and it kind of makes me have a unique sound, apart from other producers that make I make the same genre, but it's a different feel to my music. You can tell one of my beats from any other producer out here. I'm not no one who's cloning no one's beats. I don't do that. I create my own path with it. And it brought me a long way being that way. So that's where I'm at. As a music producer. So but my question is, I can't believe you came on my show and you didn't even know who I was. That's wild. That's wild. You didn't even know who I was. You on my show. That's funny. That's funny. So
Yeah.
Queen Yetta,
Yeah.
what's up with you?
Nothing. I wanted, when y'all finished, I was just going to ask a couple questions as far as, your industry life and growing up in the industry with your father and how did that influence you and your music?
Well, when I was young, like I lived with, I grew up in Southwest. You know what I'm saying? And my dad's side of the family and my mom's side of that's where they met, West Philly. So when I was younger, like my dad was more doing what he did, and I lived with my mom. But I used to see my dad on. You remember Urban Expressions Channel 48?
Yes, I do.
He was on Urban Expressions here and there with Key from Up the Block and Shelly Shell and all them. And seeing him on there, I thought he was famous. You know, when you're young, you see your dad on TV, so I like, dad, like. And I always freestyle, like, cause Philly is a rapping city. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was always freestyling. I always wanted to, when I started off, like, dang, that my dad rap. You know what I mean? I wasn't with my dad all the time, but I was like, dang, my dad rap. So I started rapping or whatever. But and that's how he influenced me. And like the older I got, I feel as though because my dad was in an era where it was like hip hop was golden, I always gravitated towards that. Like while everybody else around me didn't like Busta Rhymes and certain people, I was like, oh, I understand the lyricism of Busta Rhymes. You understand? And then like I really didn't start writing music until like I was like 13 or whatever. But I used to, like, me and my homies, we used to rap in the cafeteria when they bang on the table, just freestyling. And it was a homie of mine on 61st Street. His name was Wine. Like he had like this written rap. Like he always would say it. Everybody in the neighborhood liked it, and that's what started me to start writing. You know, you understand what I'm saying? Then me and him, we would record like projects on, like, don't judge me, I was a kid, but my grandma had this tape recorder that she used for when she go to the hall because she Jehovah's Witness. So I took that.
Okay.
Watchtowers.
One of my special guests just arrived, fashionably late, but she's here. I got a new thing in the building, so the artist a new thing, so we are going to slide a chair or two, and we're gonna see if we can get her in here. We have some more rollout chairs over there. If you can help me out with that, please. Thank you, sir. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna introduce a new thing to the show here within the next 30 to 40 seconds.
Right.
Yeah, that one.
Okay, we're making it work here. So in the continuation with that story you were just saying, man, you were saying something about the area in Philly you was in.
Yeah, like my grandma tape recorder or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We used that to I found out you could burn recordings over like stuff that's already recorded on cassette tapes.
Mm-hmm.
So we took the cassette tapes and whatever, and me and my homie, like, remember those beat CDs, the J Arms and stuff, like, you remember those?
Yeah.
So
I
we had a bunch of those or whatever, and then we just used to record freestyles on that, and that's when I started.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just, I don't know, I had a rap like during that, it was an era during that era,
mm-hmm.
the Philly rap was popular, watching the rap DVDs and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So when I start watching that, I'm kind of manipulated that, you know what I mean? Because around that time, that everybody wanted to be on Headshots, everybody wanted to be on Too Raw for the Streets and stuff like that, and that's how I started rapping. So after that, like, once I got like 16, 17, I moved out to the county with my dad, and that's when I was around my dad more. He's like, you got to stop rapping like that. You understand? Because I was like, niggas got a loud mouth. I'm going to start banging niggas, catch them. Just, that's how I used to rap.
Right.
So he like, son, like, you got to understand. Like, but as a kid, you don't understand.
You don't understand,
like, no, I feel that way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So I got my new special guest in the building. We're going to do a quick bio on her. I'm going to let everyone see who she is and what she do. Her background, her style of music, you know, this her entire personality and aura. I would like to I'd like to introduce a new thing to the building. If you can let her use your headphones so she can hear herself. Um, so what's up, Anu? How you been this past week? What you got going? Tell everybody out there about yourself.
What's it to the night? Peace, I'm well. Can't complain. How are you?
I'm doing good. Doing good.
Cool.
Yeah. So tell everybody about your history. Just basically how you got into the industry. How you feel about the industry now, and what are your plans as far as projects? What new songs you're working on? What you gonna do with it?
Well, I don't consider myself in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just move how I move.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm working on a project.
Mm-hmm.
It is the story of Anu.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I'm outside of the box, so I can't necessarily say that I'm in the industry.
Right.
I dance to the beat of my own bongo, if you dig what I'm saying.
I got you.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. It just quick little rundown. Let everybody know who you are. How do you feel about this situation with us? We get fixing to do a new project together. What are your expectations?
I don't have any expectations. I like the vibe, and if we vibing, then we
It's
can
on.
rock out. But
Gotcha.
if we're not, then peace be unto you.
Mm-hmm.
Dig me?
Mm-hmm. That's good. I'm glad you made it out tonight. And
Ashe. Thank you. We had
yeah.
some difficulties, but I'm here.
Hey, I know it. I understand. Hey,
Okay.
I have to force myself to be here on time myself. At times, but I try to make myself punctual because I have to run the show. So
I dig it.
yeah. But I'm glad you're here. We had fun last weekend. I enjoyed you last weekend.
Ashe.
Yeah. I wish I could have did this interview with you last weekend,
Nah, everything happened in divine timing.
but
So, you know what I mean? Just flow.
right,
Let the Most High lead you.
right,
That's what I do. You dig what I'm saying? But proceed.
Okay.
Anu, so what are some of your inspirations?
Musically? That was a broad question.
Musically, I apologize.
Oh, no, that's cool. I like Nina Simone.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot, you know what I mean? I love El Boogie,
Yes.
Ibadu, Patty.
All the queens.
I like some kings too. So
How do you feel about the new music, like the Megan Thee Stallions and the Cardi B's and stuff like that?
I feel like they riding their wave. That's their wave.
Okay.
Dig what I'm saying? I feel like.
Do you feel inspired by any of them?
I mean, in ways. You know what I mean? I go off of vibes. I go off of energy. You dig what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? I chew the meat and spit out the bone. Dig me?
Right. I feel that.
Word. Yeah, cause I was listening to your flow last weekend. You did a brief how would I say? You did a brief demo for me last weekend, and like I said, your style made me wanna go in my bag and create something that I don't normally deal with on a regular basis, and I like that. It gave me a little bit more fire than I normally use to make beats. You see what I'm saying? So, and I look forward to recording with you. We can definitely, after the show, we gonna sit down and we gonna figure out where we going with this thing. And I got you. That's the only thing I can tell you is I got you. I got a little surprise for you.
Okay.
I'm gonna do something special for you.
That sounds good. Appreciate that.
She could definitely blow, man. Like,
Yeah, the girl bad, man.
I think she better off just giving a sample right now, like giving a little sample.
Just put me on the
Something
spot
like
like
that.
that.
Yeah. That's how you gotta do it. You gotta get on the spot, man.
I'm cool with it.
You gotta
I'm
bring
cool
it
with
out.
it.
You gotta bring it out.
I can breathe fire cause I've been through the pain. I can walk on water cause I've been through the rain. Left in the cold with the thin sweater out. Had enough stop, but trust me, I might.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was, it was just like it make you want.
I love it.
It make you feel like you're waiting on something else to
vibe.
happen. When you just want to hear it keep going and going and going. But yeah, we definitely gonna get some shit done. We got to get it done ASAP. And I've been at home, critiquing myself all week long, and picking around at some stuff. I got a lot of stuff put up that I don't really use to make beats, but I got some stuff I'm gonna pull out, and I'm gonna play around with them, and I'm gonna get at least maybe three tracks done for you, to get you going. I'll do 3 hot ones for you. That's what I agreed with myself to do. So we gonna take care of that this week.
We shall see.
Mm-hmm. So, let's see where we can go with this. So as far as Desiree, how do you feel about co-hosting? You think you ready to come work, or how do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it every?
Yeah. I'm just we can I want to talk about some of those issues we had, subjects we had last night with Queen over there. Queen was just going in on me and shit. I'm like, bro, I got to buy another eardrum when I leave this motherfucker. But I'm like, damn.
I'm sorry, can I get an introduction? I don't know who nobody is.
Oh, I'm sorry.
How we vibing and I don't know who nobody is.
I apologize. This is Queen.
Hi. Peace. I'm well. How are you?
This is Desiree.
Hi.
How you doing?
Awesome.
And you know Fish already. And you
Okay.
know me.
Okay.
Right.
And
What you do, love?
Neutral.
You said what?
And what's your name?
I know.
I know.
I got a couple of names, a couple personalities. I ain't crazy though.
Yeah.
Well, I love
Yeah,
it.
she's definitely a firecracker, man. She's something
You
else.
seem amazing.
What you saying?
I said you seem amazing, like a really
Oh.
good person.
She is.
I like your
She is.
vibe.
Thank
Like,
you. It's
Yeah.
God. It ain't me, baby.
straight up.
I should.
Straight up.
But yeah, let's let Queen crack up the conversation. Queen knows a lot of shit. I like to hear.
Queen, you spit, right?
Yeah, she spit. Y'all want to do
I
this?
want to hear Queen spit. Can I get something, please? Yes, please. Please, yes. We in the cipher, y'all.
All
We in the cipher tonight.
you,
You gotta be a dope MC to rock the mic.
I like her vibe. Like your
We're
energy
vibing.
is
This is what we're
Her
doing.
energy crazy.
Ain't none of this. We doing this. We flowing.
So Queen, you want to jump back on the beat you was talking about
Yeah,
earlier that I was
please,
messing with?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
Cool.
Okay. I need you to pass the headphones
Okay.
back to her so she can hear.
Here you go, love.
Hold on 1 second. Got too much going on with this here. Hold on. Let me get off of that. Now we should be good.
I don't want to invade your space, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, no, you good.
No, I do.
Oh, no,
I mean, I don't know how people feel about people being in this
Nah,
space, you know
you
what I'm saying?
cool. Listen, I tell you, I ain't gonna, you know what I mean? Do that, love.
I'm just transparent, you know what I'm saying?
Me too.
That's what's up.
I want to feel some energy. You sing too?
No.
What you do?
Just like
She-
a hostess.
You what?
A hostess.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and that's what I was telling Queen last night. I was like, I got all these different personalities. Like everybody's so diverse amongst everyone, and that's what I want on my show. I want everybody to just have this different. Everybody has a different outlook on, what's going on. So I felt like it'll make a good match for everyone to have these.
Some bars. That's what I
You
want
wanna
to
hear some bars?
Bars at.
Right. All right, you ready? You ready, Queen?
I
Yeah,
want
I'm
to hear
ready.
some pain. I want to hear some love. I want to hear all that.
Yeah.
Ew.
said I'm smooth like peanut butter, so they call me Reese Cup. Your style short, high waters, need to pull your sneakers up. Loud blunts I keep lit, I stay up on my reefer puff. J's when I'm not low, cause I never get enough. That voodoo that you do, that's doo-doo, so quit it. Spit this root through them soup cools, then right out your fitted. Like Duncan, I pound cake, so money, I get it. This rap shit, amnesia, little bitch, just forget it. Feel me? That's off the muffin, but I can get going. That's it. Hey.
Oh, Lord.
Hey.
Oh, Lord. Get back.
Yeah.
Hey. 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 I stay fly, dress old on my Nino. But I'm a new jack, peep the style in the stilo. Twin heat in the seat, Pacino in De Niro. To chase that nigga Offset along with his amigos. With 80 bucks for rent, bitch, I'd ball out too. You feel me? I done fucked up and lost it. Ooh, cause it's right here in my head.
Yeah.
You got it. You got
It's in
it.
my head.
You got it.
Keep it going.
I'm trying to, ooh, goodness. This in there.
Pick it up, Banu. Pick it up, Banu.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. Nah, do you? Yeah. Yeah. Top model chick, coke bottle figure. Mean ass walk, but I don't want your nigga. Got niggas feeling some type crazy. Why they plotting this demon? Wanna have my baby? Chill. Can never catch me slipping. The money I be getting, the pain gave me wisdom. The whip I be whipping. Sit back and relax and stop tripping. Yeah.
I got the no low.
Who you know flow better than me?
Sorry.
Top notch chick with the veterans beat. I'm a gangster chick. I rock stilettos of the sneaks and I'm rolling up the tree while I'm plotting on you, please. Get back, y'all some dummies than me. A couple of lame bitches, y'all so funny than me. Y'all trying too hard. This is piffetry. This is piffetry. So come vibe with me. Yeah, I walk it how I talk it and I spit it how I live. And everything I do is copacetic. Catch the dread. Yeah. You better watch your mouth. You better watch your mouth. Yeah. What else? Who it is? A new thing. A new thing. I came to change the mood on your mood ring.
Get Queen some of that. Queen, get some of that. Get some of that, Queen.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yo. Yeah, I like that shit. Yeah. Yo. I got the no-lows, the polos, the Nordic,cause the niggas. I even got shit Tommy Hill couldn't figure. They call me Leonardo cause I paint the perfect picture. I paint your shirt red when I squeeze up on the trigger.
What else?
When I hit you with the Mac, that shit'll lift you, fucking rip ya. Insides to the outside, nigga. It's Y to the E to the TTA. Always ready for a problem, cause my team don't play. Plus I keep an extra clip up on my hip. In a dip 380, case these niggas think the queen might slip. Yeah, I'm from the hood, but the queen real feminine. Slim, petite body, smooth skin as brown as cinnamon. Keep a nice outfit and keep some tight feet. Got that shit that make your nigga wanna rent hotel suites. So this mama all about her wanna make me his queen. Said I'm the hottest shorty that he think he's ever seen. Now we out in Venice riding boats on the ravine. Shopping Chris, we popping, nigga, now I'm on lean. Feel me?
That's off the top.
Word.
That's off the top.
Word.
That's off the top.
Oh no, I write and I put shit together. I ain't gonna front, I write.
Was
and
that
put
off the
shit
top,
together.
though?
No, I write and put shit together. I'm nasty with it. Like I
That
said,
shit
you heard
hard.
the pen, you heard the pen come out somebody else's mouth.
That shit was hard. That shit was hard. Y'all both killed that shit.
Both of y'all. Both of y'all.
You
shit
too,
was
shit.
hard.
You got that vibe, that soul, that voodoo. Fuck you talking about? That shit in you.
You am I, you are me. I'm a lion, I'm a tiger, I'm a thief, I'm a bear. Nigga, fucking be fucking well. This voodoo and this cuckoo that I put on you. I ain't talking about my cuckoo, I'm talking about my mental. Huh. You don't want these problems. You don't want no pretty girl problems. You don't want these problems. I'm a problem. I'm telling you, I'm a problem. Back up, back up. You don't want these problems. And I keep on going. I love this shit cause I motherfucking keep flowing. Yo, I'm being free right now. I never did this before. I'm being free right now. Thank you for your vibes. You letting me know the flow that it's alright. Hey, let's ride, let's ride, let's ride, let's ride. Go ahead, queen, take the fucking mic.
Well, I don't know if I got nothing else to say.
You on the top with it. That shit crazy.
I'm writing in, I'm off the top. I'm
Hey, I love it though. I gotta get the information. We gotta
Yeah, we gotta do something. I sing too, so I'm with that shit.
Y'all definitely gotta do something.
Definitely gotta
Yes.
do something. Yeah.
A new queen.
Let me see if I can remember that shit real quick what I wrote. Let me see.
A new queen.
Hey, I like that. Hey. a
Soon
new
come,
queen.
soon come, soon come, soon come. A new queen.
I like that.
I love it. I love it. And this is
like
vibes. Like y'all letting me release, like y'all freestyling, like what? I can't put myself in the box, man.
I like that.
Yeah.
You don't need to be in nobody's body.
Right.
Flow, 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 flow. Flow, 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 flow.
Knock of your
Yeah.
butt, charge him and thrust. Leave your opponent with bruises and cuts. Enough of all the confusion and fuss. Uses to us, flow symbolic, the mucus and pus. Yuck, stuck in your system. You're not immune to this. Excuse me, but if I'm pussy, you niggas are tuna fish. Don't care for you, I am no stewardess. Potentially my shit is lucrative. Going against the king with a pawn. Vertically, that is some foolishness. You should get annihilated. Can't tolerate. Your swallow rate's too far to take. So far gone, I'm out of state. I'ma leave these niggas with the potty face that's pissed off. But what the heck? Never pissed on, but intend to play. Had to come back like vintage late with varieties. Scoop like Ben and J. Come get the scoop. I drop the science. These others are the non-valuable. With a style of, I could break them down into molecules. Unreliable for 3 men. Me, myself, got Pro Tools, yeah, old news, yeah, clearance rack, I'm top shelf and high. My name is Mr. D-I-C-K. I'm so pleased to meet you. Anus heard these rappers want Angus when they're locally famous. They yell fire, I acknowledge and then quickly extinguish. Honestly, how could you tame them when mentioned as much as autumn? And you're only good for practice, my nigga. That isn't ballin', I am on my way to stardom. Like retail with a bargain, and the flow is so retarded, I'ma need reserve parking. Party trick, you're killing yourself. A narcissist, I'm feeling myself. These kleptos try stealing my belt, get whiplashed and covered in wealth. Yo, walking this bitch like I own it. The cameras can capture the moment. You better act like you know it's PLCT to the family. Don't need a label to brand me. I need distribution expanded. Lord, oh mercy me. Lord, oh mercy me. Check. Let me get it one more time and then I'm out.
Flow.
Listen. Yo. Lord, oh mercy me. It's the rebirth of the merciless. Who's courteous? Now I pop fly like airs on airplane. I'ma have the derail train. Sink ship like Costa Concordia. Hope y'all can swim to the shallow end. Use my tongue and sword like Shaolin. Move in like tidal wind. And I swear niggas draw so hard that shit cray. OLA, that's pre-K. I just blow on this 8, that's LL. 2 J's on my sick gets spin like Blu-ray because I'm too good. Too shade, and I got a whole squad full of black flowers. What that is, bouquet. I was slaughtered off from the start to the departure of all of his cultural causes. Applauders, I laid down low like I kill officer. Go find cliff lights, car hop off of it. But you might still be the cause. I developed the migraine because of it. Then came nausea, so I had to ball for one track. So my lips quarterback into the applause of the audience.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yo, that's
Wow.
crazy, yo.
Oh yeah.
I love
Oh
Oh
yeah.
my God, he's a problem. He a surprise, though. Wow. Wow. And that's off the muffin, off the top?
No, that wasn't, I ain't gonna lie.
You still killing it.
That wasn't off the top. That wasn't off the top.
That's crazy, yo.
Nobody else. You still up.
Yo, we geniuses, man.
Yes, sir.
We are
Black is beautiful.
geniuses.
Y'all see it.
Yo, speak your soul, let your soul glow. Let it, no, seriously though.
I love my
Like,
people.
real
We were
rap,
just talking
like,
about this.
Let
Right,
your
right.
fucking soul glow. Go within and see what it is that your soul knows. I'm not rhyming either, I'm talking for real. Like, this is crazy.
Right.
We have so much talent and gifts and it's blocked by trauma.
Right.
Like, for real. We gotta heal for real.
It's motivated by trauma.
It's crazy.
So it ain't blocked.
Nah. Some people, it's people that have gifts
Right.
that the Most High God put in them. And it's blocked because they're afraid to be themselves.
Right. And that's similar to what I was saying before you came to the show. In my first segment, I was talking on that. I said, you know, God gave me a gift of music, and I'm able to hear music a certain type of way. And instead of using this platform to just amplify myself, I use it for everyone else that's out here trying to do the same thing that I'm doing. So this is like a home base for y'all. Like when y'all get lost, y'all want to come back. You know what I mean? This, even if y'all just want to come on the show and just vent and just talk about your experiences. You know, you can come on my show. You know, and just do what you got to do. You know, that's what I was saying earlier. So we kind of on the same level when it come down to how you feel about talented black people out here.
I love shit like this.
Mm-hmm.
You better watch it. I like women.
You alright? Trust me. Nah, you good.
Threaten me with a good time.
You crazy.
Fucked up. Nigga,
You
what?
crazy. No, you good. It's okay.
I'm just playing up.
No, it's a lot of truth in the joke though. It's okay. I get it. I go on vibes, baby. Vibes. You know what I mean? She said, come on, man. I like women. She crazy, y'all.
Hey, you the spiritual one, she the crazy one, she the quiet one.
We all fun together. You know, it works out.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it makes me feel good to know that I had something to do with this whole organization of this thing here, and to see that y'all laughing and joking and have a good time, it just makes me feel like I did something good. I accomplished something. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. I appreciate y'all getting along. You know.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's a very creative base, man.
I
Yeah.
love love.
Yeah.
It's a good energy to be around.
Yeah. Right.
Shit. I love love, and
Yes.
that's what I exude. I do no harm, but I take no shit.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But my religion is love, togetherness, peace. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm.
But I got boundaries. I know my boundaries. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
And I move off that. I got a pretty face, but I got a mean right. Dig what I'm saying?
I understand. Yeah.
So,
That's what makes you queen, though. You know what I'm saying? That's how strong we are as black women.
shit. I done been through the fire, but I don't smell like smoke.
Her one-liners be off the chain.
Weather many storms, then sweater, no coat. I'm here to claim my throne and sow my royal oats. I'm gonna respect my gangster or feel my ghost.
You gotta get her in the studio.
Crown
Yeah.
me, king me, do
Yeah.
whatever you want.
She hungry.
Behold,
Yeah.
receive, I am the chosen one. Life is chess, not checkers, the game has begun. And I'ma eat whack rappers for dinner for lunch. Bon appetit. Be careful what you speak. I got them ancestors on my back, nigga. Be careful what you speak. I did chew my gum. I should.
It's poetic. It's like it make you think about some shit for a little minute. It's like
Not a rapper. I can't say that I'm a rapper.
It
Yeah.
just brings you back to a good
I mean-
place. Like
Yeah, it
there's
takes
still
you somewhere,
real
yeah.
talent out
Yeah.
there. Like,
I say. I'm not a rapper though. Like I'm a poet with a melody. Like what I do is poetry. That's what it is. Don't blame me, blame God. Think what I'm saying?
Right.
I didn't ask for this, but the pain that I've been through made me. Why I'm here right now, I deserve to be here.
Right.
And I don't say that in a cocky way. I'm very humble. To God be the glory. But I got a lot to say. Got a lot inside of me. And I'm ready to let it out. Let the world hear my story.
Yeah.
It's going to inspire a lot of
I
people.
can't wait.
And that's why I'm here. I'm here so she can let out all of that.
That process is a motherfucker.
Right.
You
It
hear
is.
me?
It's tough.
That breaking, that crushing. An olive has to first be crushed before it can produce oil. The grapes got to be crushed. That's the process. Got to grow through it.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. I made some pretty big sacrifices just to even be sitting here in this chair, you know, and ain't nothing was given to me. I basically left my entire family back home, South Carolina, and moved up here, and I've been making the best of it, you know. So I understand the process. It's crazy, you know. It's plenty of nights I wish I can just drive down the street and I'm at my mom's house, or drive down the street I'm at my brother's house or my auntie's house. You know what I'm saying? I gotta plan out a whole vacation just to go see him. You know what I'm saying? And that don't always feel good, you know. So I understand what she's saying about this process thing, you know. But I'm here for a reason. I've been placed in this place and planted here for a reason, you know. God saw what I was doing back home and it wasn't working out, and I didn't have the resources, and I didn't have the I would say the support system that I felt like I should have back down there, and when I came here within, I would say 4 to 5 months, I was booking, I was getting in the game just that fast. You know, I'm like, damn, it took me 5 years for them to pay attention to me down there. And then I come here for 4 or 5 months, and then damn, and then a year later I got my own show. You know what I'm saying? So like,
sometimes you gotta take that leap. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's not like that when you let go of everything that you think that you're supposed to be in control over, and you really allow God to lead you. You're gonna be led in the right way. Then you're gonna be able to go back for your family.
Right.
And you know what I mean? Give them something that they never had before.
Right.
So you know what I mean? Sometimes it takes one. Take that leap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And yeah, and I've had a couple of my family members tell me that it was like, you doing something ain't none of us ever tried to do. You're kind of different from everybody else. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of like one of the black sheeps in the family ever since we were kids.
Of course, we all are.
You know, and I used to wonder why I used to have to fight with them all the time. We always into it. We argue with each other so much. It's because they were trying to force me to go in a direction that was comfortable for them, but not for me. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I didn't get along. I love them, and I used to do for them, but we had like several confrontations, and I couldn't figure out as to why we were having all these confrontations. It's because I don't belong in that situation. That's what the issue was, you know.
Now, when you're a change agent, and I'm not cutting you off, I just want you to understand something.
Right.
When you're a change agent, and you're there to break curses, and you're there to change the dynamic of your bloodline, you're going to get attacked because people don't like change. But a prophet is not respected in his own town or country.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
Sometimes people just gotta see. You know what I mean? And when they see, then they want to jump on the bandwagon, and you love them anyway, but don't be stupid. Dig what I'm
See,
saying?
it's too late now.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Yeah. And now, you know, I've lived and I've learned. I'm 34 years old, so it ain't too much that's going on that I haven't had something to do with or been a part of or had happened to me. So, you know, at this point, I'm at a mature level in my life. You know, I'm kind of glad I got what I got at this point instead of getting it when I was 20-something, because I was making some real bad decisions back then, and I feel like I probably would have destroyed
everything happens when it's supposed to.
There you go, divine timing.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Like this is amazing. Like I feel so good meeting good people. Like y'all are amazing.
Yes,
even just you don't even realize you just say so much, and it like touches.
To God be the glory, because I'm only a vessel. You dig what I'm saying? I mean,
All the time.
I like talking.
So
I like
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Like,
So I'm gonna let everybody get some air. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. We're gonna reset everything. We've been running for 45 minutes, so it's time for a commercial break.
I do not.
Stay tuned, everybody. The Cook Up with Marcus Swolegend. We'll be back shortly.
I can't work with everybody. I'm not in a rush. You know what I mean?
Swolegend Beats.
bring no water or nothing. What is wrong with me?
I got you when we leave here. I'll get you something.
Nah, I need that shit now.
No. You can check the look in the fridge in the studio. It might be some water. It might be some water in the fridge.
Danny Cup?
You said cups? You just water?
Nah.
Yeah, I don't know if I saw some or not. It might. Yeah. But welcome back to the Cook Up. You know, I got a real talented group of people here. Very humble, very respectful. We looking at the dream team. You know, I'm trying to build my dream team around me. You know, I want to be pushed to the next level. I'm here. You know, just. You know, we vibing with each other's energies and seeing what we can build from here. So welcome back to the Cook Up. So in our last discussion, we talked about each other's histories and each other's reasons as to why they wanted to be artists and stuff like that. And I want to talk about future plans on what we're gonna do with up and coming projects. And let's just see where we can build a new foundation, a new label, a new name, a new brand. You know, that's and that's my dream is just to have a big. I wouldn't say necessarily a business, but a big family of just people that just talented and go hard. You know what I'm saying?
Your dream already came true, bro.
Right.
We all sitting here.
Yeah.
There's so much talent in this room.
Mm-hmm.
Not talent, because you can learn something.
Mm-hmm.
Gift is something that you bring out. An artist isn't something that you be. An artist is what you are.
Mm-hmm.
We are art. And our natural form of who God called us to be, we are art. The way we move is poetic.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I want to speak upon that too. When it comes to the art, I feel like we need to have more creative control of how our art is distributed, put out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I just said it. I don't know why I said it, but
And
that's how
you're
I feel.
correct. And by you being starting to come into the fold with Team ISE, you will have more control over your music because for the most part, this is an independent situation. The only ties we really have is with Sony Music through the distribution, but you know that's distribution. That's not the label controlling what you put out. So like with me as one of the producers, you know, that will be kind of like me and you will sit down together and make the call
no.
on what we put out. You see what I'm saying?
No, I wasn't speaking with. See, you lost me.
Oh no, cause I was listening to what you were saying.
No. I'm speaking abroad. I'm not speaking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like I'm speaking abroad.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm not like looking to. I'm looking to fill out. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like I said, I like to vibe.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I'm not signing no contracts or not contracts or nothing. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, if the situation comes where I'm signing anything, that energy gotta be there.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I mean broadly, not one way. It has to be everything. That vibe has to be there.
Mhm.
And to touch a little bit on what you're saying, you know, it's a lot of people in the industry out there who they want to change our entire culture. It's not just how we move about the music or produce it. It's how we look in the videos, how we dress, how we go about regular life. Did you see the way Cam Newton came to that press conference? Or how Cat Williams or Diddy or a couple of other people came to these award shows in kilts and skirts and all this nonsense. That's not hip hop and it's not our culture.
Well, this is what people have to understand, which I do understand. Like hip hop the culture is urban. Period. Like once it made that cross over to the industry, it's not hip hop. You know what I mean? That's the music industry. So if you are a person that want to sell records, you want to be in the music industry.
Right.
If you want to be hip hop, then you gotta do all the stuff that hip hop consists of in your community. You know, it's the people in your community that change. It's not necessarily them taking our culture. You know, we have our culture always. Whatever's going on in our community, that's what's going to be in the hip hop. So if people are wearing tight clothes, it's because it's going on in the community. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but touching on that, it's not a community that we created within ourselves. At the end of the day, there's a Jewish company that owns Fox called Shelby Seymour, whatever it's called. At the end of the day, it went from Fox News to Fox Entertainment News. They went from actually talking about news and things that were current events and local things that were going on to talking about dogs and nonsense. That's what I mean. I can't say whitewashing, but they're culture washing our music, our videos, our books, everything. You can't say that you can't see that
They
some of
can't-
that stuff didn't stem from us as a culture.
Yeah, they
I
can't.
would like
they
to
can't.
say this. I would like to say this. We, as a people, as a powerful people, give our power away too much to things that don't matter. As long as you are doing what it is that you're supposed to do, that means your sole purpose, everything is in alignment. The distractions is stopping you from being your sole being. And I hope I'm not over your head and under your feet.
Oh, I'm right with you.
All right, so with that being said, the industry, for instance, you have to be you. Fuck what everybody else is doing. You have to be who you are. Fuck what Tom is doing and JC over there is doing. Why I use those names, I don't know. But like, fuck them. For real, you have to pay attention to what it is that you're supposed to do, because those people that you're paying attention to becomes a distraction. So you get in the industry, that's where you're supposed to be. Do what it is that you're supposed to do, period. Whatever it is that you came here to do, you do it. Everybody else and all of that and all these fucking distractions, and don't let me get started.
I got you. I understand. And it's funny. It's almost like we kind of share the same energy, because I was talking about that earlier. Like all of these celebrity parties that I have gone to, just to get noticed. I would, people found me on social media, but then I took action and started going out to these events that he was telling me to come to. And it's like, when you come there, it's money, sex, and drugs everywhere. You know what I mean? And I was saying that you have to push past that shit and get to the person that you came there to see. So I'm saying, I was there because I love to make beats and I wanted somebody to hear my beats. If you don't even want to get on one of my tracks, at least I came there and let you hear my beats. You know what I mean? You can't worry about, all the other little, I would say, distractions and the little incentives that they try to put in front of you to try to get you off what you should be doing. You see what I'm saying? Just be careful. Just be careful out here in this world. That's with everything you do. It's not necessarily just the music industry. It's just the world, period.
There you go.
It's fucked up out here.
This is a lifestyle. This is a way of life.
Yeah.
You gotta be sober and vigilant in everything that you do.
Yeah, you have to be careful.
I mean, the adversary's always trying to distract us, so we won't do what it is that we're supposed to do.
And
I went on a tangent too. I won't apologize.
Oh no, you good. That's what the show is here for. That's why I have this platform, as well as just bringing people. Aside from just bringing people in here recording music, this is your way of letting people know what you think and who you are and how you feel, so they can see you in a different light, more as a real human being than just some person that can sing. They're gonna look at you more organically versus you being this just this thing on the radio and it sounds good. They know who you are. You know what I mean?
The radio is dead, man, and that's what people got understand. That's why like it's more about streaming and stuff like that. That's why it don't really matter what P Diddy and all of those guys are doing because they're moguls. Like, you know, you could do whatever music you want, and our culture is so broad and the internet is so broad that everything is accessible to people. So that's why you seeing more things that you feel as though in our culture isn't we never grasp. But at the end of the day, you know, like nobody going to take away from our culture. You understand what I'm saying? Our culture is too strong. You know what I mean? It's too, like, just like in hip hop, you got genres within genres. You got trap, you got boom bap, you got hip hop, you got all types of stuff. You know, it's just growing. You understand? But now, like, because people still to this day, but yo, man, like they tell you gotta make this. So no, you don't have to make that because we in the age of technology where anything you want to follow, like if you got an old style of rapping, there's a market out there for that. If you got a new style of rapping, there's a market out there. If you a weirdo rapper, there's a market out there. If you a comedian rapper, there's a market. So, you know, we like she said, like everybody said, you just gotta focus on what you doing because at the end of the day, Philly, the hood is always going to be the hood, no matter what they wearing. You understand? Like, you know, that's where the root of hip hop come from. It come from the streets. It come from the culture, and whatever the streets is doing, and that's what I say. Like, people got to change in order for the industry to change. Because if people stop going out clubbing, if people start like taking their priorities first, if people stop, you know, worrying about the next person and see where they living, because even when I moved out the suburbs, came back to Philly. Ain't nothing wrong with the city, because if it was something wrong with the city, then people wouldn't be trying to gentrify it. You know what I mean? You just got to take pride in where you are, and you gotta change. And because we not adapting to change, that's why the industry is always going to be for consumer based. What does the consumer want? Right. You know,
and also if you don't adapt to change, you get left behind. You get stuck in a time period that has come and gone, and that's one of our issues as a people too. You know, one of our main issues is we don't like to work together. It's like crabs in a basket. As soon as one of us figure out a way to get out, 4 or 5 of them will figure out a way to pull you back in. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what I also don't think. I don't think that's just black people. I think that's people in general. I mean, as far as crabs in a barrel, like me, I'm not no hater. But one thing, I'm a man. So if one of my people make it, I'm not going to be the one that whereas they buying everything from me. In my pride, I'm going to want to be on top of things too, and I'm gonna find a way to be on top of things for myself. You understand what I'm saying? Because no man want to just be on another man's bandwagon. I mean, that's not a man to me. I mean, so like as far as like, because everybody say black people don't do this. Black people as a whole, that's really broad. You know what I'm saying? There are black people that work together. You know what I mean? There are black student union. There are people. All types of black people.
It's just not talked. It's an issue that's not talked about as much as it's because they want people to think that it's not going down like that. They're not emphasizing on it, so we won't have the courage to pull together even more.
I feel like people with trauma don't work together, and they don't work together because people with trauma. They so tired of people. It's people around you that backstab you. It's people who they like, and I'm around I'm in West Philly. Like, you could go in, come out. As soon as you walk out, somebody got to say something about the person they was just best friends with, and that's why people don't stick together. They tired of that shit. They already traumatized, and they want to distance themselves from ill will people. But black people could always find other black people to work with because you got people that agree with you. You know what I mean? And I don't think people get that enough credit. Us as black people, we do work together.
What's your name again?
I mean,
What's your name again?
Big Fish.
Big Fish.
Yeah.
Okay. I know your face, but I'm not too good with names. It's a lot of healing that needs to be done in the black community. in the community, like in the black home, what goes on in this house stays in this house. It's a lot of trauma that's happening, and mommy telling me not to say nothing. I've been programmed not to say nothing, so I've been programmed to live with that burden on me. Do you get what I'm saying? That's where you gotta get to the root. It's not enough holistic healing going on. It's a lot of go to the doctor, get medication that's gonna make you a fucking zombie. Cut your third eye off. Cut your everything to your soul off.
Yeah. Identify the problem. Don't just
That's it.
Right.
go around it and go straight to
And,
the solution.
Here you go.
Yeah. Pass it the mic. I want to hear. I want to hear what Queen. I want to hear what Queen has to say.
I feel like us as black people, we don't identify trauma enough. PTSD and a lot of other things, depression. These are a lot of things.
Mental illness.
Yes, that are very evident in our community that we're afraid to talk about. We run away from those things, but we put that pain in music and a lot of other things. You talking about it, but why we can't just talk about it like we are right now?
Because people tend to look at it like we taught from a young age not to carry ourselves like that.
Right.
You know, when like in Philly, like when I was growing up in Philly, I never felt like I could express myself because shit was normal. You know what I mean? Like you might walk down the street, you might get jumped from nobody. It's just all types of shit. You already as a young age, you be like, damn, if I do this, then this person, you a young kid, but he might shoot you for doing this. It's all types of shit you growing up around, and then your mom working hard by herself, and then she, you know what I mean, taking certain frustrations out. Like it's a whole lot of, and it make you not want to do anything. And I haven't really been able to express myself till I moved to the Montgomery County out in Ambler, where I met people that was expressing themselves.
When I moved to Derby and went to high school out there, stuff changed for me. When I was in Philadelphia, I was what they call mentally gifted. So I was in college at 13.
Right.
And in our community, being smart is stupid. You know, oh, you smart. I can't believe that nigga smart. He ain't cool. Why is it not cool to be smart in our community? But in everybody else's community, you go to try to read a book or articulate yourself when you talk. Oh, you trying to be white and all this other stuff. Why? Because I'm intelligent. I have to want to be Caucasian.
The same thing goes on everywhere. I used to hear people talk to each other like that, even back home down south, man, Carolina. You know, just because, you know, I have a southern accent, but it don't mean I'm dumb. I just have an accent. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, and like if you try to correctly pronounce your words, then you trying to be white.
Yeah, because you enunciate, and that doesn't.
Well, the thing about that, to me, in my opinion, is like English is a European language. You know, so in reality, we are talking white. Right. You know, so like. But that's the standard to speak in English. I feel like we have our own way of speaking.
Exactly, and I have two different ways of speaking. I can speak correct English, and I have, you know, the black way of speaking English.
Ebonics
I do that too.
Ebonics is our dialogue,
right?
You know what I mean? And we gotta embrace that. It's not being stupid because an outsider don't understand it.
Precisely, they have their languages. If they can go home and speak Romanian or Spanish or Russian or anything else, why is it a problem?
And that part of us as a nation got taken away. They got stripped.
Right.
You know,
as soon as we got here,
but speaking on that, if you want to know some real history, down south where I'm from, if you go to Charleston, South Carolina, they still like, okay, this is how it happened. The white folks tried to mix different tribes of Africans together that spoke different languages. So if they tried to revolt or run away or fight back, they didn't understand each other. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to speak each other's language, so it's like gibberish to each other. So what they did was they created their own dialect and language out of not knowing how to speak to each other down there. And people call it Geech. They say you talk Geechee. You ever heard of that? People say
I heard Rick Ross start saying that. Geechee Liberace.
Yeah. That came from the slaves. They created their own language so that they can communicate with each other because they try to mix up the cultures of each. Yeah, so
that was also another reason we sang and did Negro spirituals. It was a way
Yeah,
to communicate
yeah,
without them understanding what we were doing. Because they was like, oh, them niggas is singing. You doing a nigga jig. Ooh, clap your hands because they nigga jigging.
yeah, but you know, we talking about some real deep shit tonight, man. My time is out. I got about a few minutes left on here, so I'm gonna take everybody out, but we gonna still talk after the show. But I have to go off air. I appreciate everyone who showed out and I came up and showed out for me tonight, and I hope to see everyone back here again next week. And this was the
I
Cook Up
enjoyed
with Marcus
myself.
Swolegend, and I enjoyed myself too. Everybody out there who watched my show tonight, y'all be blessed. I'll be back. Peace.